Hello everyone. Today in the forge I'm going to show you how to make a leaf keychain. Pretty useless, but a lot of us blacksmithing guys like to make them at blacksmith meets and shows where we can make them real fast and hand them out to bystanders or kids hanging out and watching. I got one of these years ago when I was probably 12 years old or so, and I still have it somewhere. And it helps keep kids interested, and with any luck, that kid will grow up to be a blacksmith and keep the hobby alive. So anyway, what this particular job features is some decorative texturing to make the veins of the leaf, and we're going to use that, or do that, using the crosspeen of a crosspeen hammer. So in this case, not only can the peen of a hammer move material in a certain way, but it will texture it. Pretty simple here for the loop. Just draw out the stem, loop it around, and close that loop so you can put a key ring through it. And for the leaf, we need to do a couple of steps. First, I'm starting with, I think, 1/2 inch round stock. Just hammer a point on it. Then you'll need to neck it down to distinguish where the stem will start. Then once you smooth out those corners, you can flatten it into a leaf shape, and then you'll have the nice thin neck there where you can cut this off, draw it out further to make the stem, and then loop it around. Necking out is slightly challenging because unless you have a special tool, if you go in the hardy hole, it's 2 round pieces of material that are connected to each other with a spring, so they stay open. Then you put this stock in between those 2 round pieces and you hammer those 2 pieces together, and it will make two nice round indentations in there. But I don't have that tool. I used to have one that disappeared. So I'm going to try to do my best using a hammer and the corner of the anvil. So let's get started. See, I'm hitting it quite angled with the hammer, not flat, like as if I were drawing out. Gotta fix this. I'm also holding the material at an angle, because if I hammer it like this, it would make it go lopsided. So now I'm going to try to make that neck. I'm going to try using this hammer, because it's got a pretty wide cross peen, and I think it might help make a nice smooth neck. So you see, it's definitely not pretty, but hopefully you understand the concept of where this is starting to go. see it's starting to take shape. Obviously it's not pretty, but it doesn't need to be pretty now. It just needs to be pretty when it's done. Okay, so I'm done necking it down, and now I'm going to round out the head a little bit. So you see that's all nice and rounded out. So now I'm going to flatten it out into a leaf shape. Flatten it out all at once. Take your time with it. Keep it nice and even. So it's important to flatten it out progressively. If you just smash it all flat all at once, you might end up with some sort of hammer mark you don't like, or a little odd shape that you can't really hammer back in. So take your time with it. Now another thing I'm going to do to this leaf, to give it a little bit more three-dimensionality to it, I'm going to bevel each side of the leaf. So rather than hitting flat down, I'm going to hit it with a slight bevel to give it almost a knife edge. And then I'll finish it off with some veins from a crossbeam hammer. Alright, now I'm going to give it some veins. This is the smallest, like the thinnest cross peen I had, so hopefully it makes some nice veins. I think it might still be a little too fat. See that? It's half done. Came out pretty well. Or it's coming out well anyway. So beveling that leaf also helps when you're giving it the texture with the cross peen, because when you hit it, you don't have to worry about the veins from one side of the leaf going too far onto the other side. You have a nice crisp center line. Now I'm getting the other side done here. And there you have it. That's how you texture a leaf. So now I'm going to cut it off from the rest of the bar and draw out the what's going to be the key ring. So I got an idea of where I want to cut it off. Cut it right about there. Bronze hammer in case I accidentally hit the tool. Just break it right off. Now I'll draw this portion out here. Alright, so I think I've drawn out the stem enough, but it's still square, so now I'm going to hammer it nice and round. Just turn it at a 45 and gently tap the corners. Do this for a few heats because it cools off so fast. Now it's nice and rounded. So now I'm going to figure out a nice way to scroll this into a loop. I guess I like it. So now I'm going to do the same treatment with it. I'm going to wire brush it and let it cool off and beeswax it. I'm also going to do my bronze wire brush technique, or trick. Rub it with the brush while it's hot to give a little of a bronzy color to it. Because the bronze will melt from the brush. You don't want to overdo it. Now I'm going to let it cool off and beeswax it. So as long as the beeswax doesn't smoke, I put it on. It's good to go. Let that soak in there. And so there you have it. One hand-forged leaf. See the texture from the cross-peen hammer. And the gold from the wire brush doesn't stand out that well on this particular piece. You can see it a little bit right there, maybe. Of course, you can't texture the backside, because if you hammered the backside with the cross peen, you'd flatten out the top side. So this will also be a giveaway to my viewers. The first person to leave a comment on this video with a suggestion for my next blacksmithing video. Something you want me to make, something you want me to explain further, anything. Any suggestion to improve my videos will win this keychain. And you can send me your address and I will mail this off to you and it'll be yours to keep. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment. Leave a suggestion. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching. And as always, come back for more.